Elena Greco spends 4 novels telling us Lila Cerullo's story. She calls it a portrait of friendship. But here's the thing about My Brilliant Friend that changes everything once you see it. Elena isn't honoring Lila by writing about her. She's stealing her. The books open with Lila's disappearance. She's erased herself completely, cut herself out of photographs, removed every trace, and Elena's response is to write her back into existence, to refuse her that erasure. Think about what that actually is. Lila wants to disappear. Elena says no. We're trained to see this as love, as preservation, as tribute. Elena keeps Lila alive on the page. But Ferrante is more honest than that. She knows that writing someone without their consent is a kind of possession. The narrator becomes the owner of the story, and the subject becomes a character. Throughout the novels, Lila is the brilliant one, the genius. She learns Greek in days. She designs shoes that could revolutionize an industry. She sees through systems, through people, through everything. Elena watches her and takes notes. Elena studies hard and earns degrees and publishes books. But she knows. She always knows. The fire is in Lila. So what does a less brilliant woman do when she loves and envies a more brilliant one? She becomes the one who writes it down. Eleanor can't be Lila, but she can be the one who decides what Lila means. Ferrante makes this explicit in the text, if you're paying attention. Eleanor admits she's not sure her memories are accurate. She worries she's invented things. She acknowledges that Lila might tell this story completely differently, but Lila isn't telling it. Elena is. And that's not an accident. It's the point. The word brilliant in the title does double work. It means talented, luminous, but it also means the quality that makes someone worth watching, worth studying, worth writing about. Elena chose that word. She framed Lila as the brilliant friend, the object of the gaze, the subject made object. There's a moment late in the novels when Lila tells Elena that she feels herself dissolving, that the boundaries of herself are unstable. She calls it dissolving margins. It's presented as a kind of mental crisis, possibly neurological, but read it another way. Lila senses that she's being written, that her edges are blurring because someone else is deciding where they are. Ferrante is a pseudonym. We don't know who wrote these books. That's usually discussed as a commentary on authorship, on privacy, on women's right to create without being spectacle. But maybe it's also this. Ferrante knows what she's doing. She knows that writing is taking, and she removed herself so we can't take her back. The Neapolitan novels are often shelved with other stories of female friendship. The marketing emphasizes bond, loyalty, the complexity of women's relationships. And yes, it's all that. But underneath, it's a novel about artistic vampirism, about how the writer survives and the subject is consumed. At the end, Lila has vanished completely. Elena has published her story. Which one of them got what they wanted? Lila tried to disappear and failed. She's more visible now than ever, in millions of copies, on television, in readers' minds. Elena wanted to matter, to be the one whose work endures. She succeeded, by taking Lila's life and making it her material. The brilliance isn't just Lila's, it's Ferrante's. She wrote a 4-volume novel about female friendship that's actually about the violence of narration, about how the person holding the pen is never innocent. We read it as warmth and complexity and the texture of women's lives. And it is all that. But it's also a confession. Writing someone is stealing them. And love doesn't make it less of a theft.